Today we're going to talk about why I love to lose. Okay, my name is Michael Barive, and I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. And now we have a sales and marketing company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. Anyway, why do I love losing? Well, let me tell you something. A lot of times people are afraid of losing sometimes. And I love to win too. But sometimes it's okay to lose. I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why losing sometimes may be beneficial for you more than you can imagine, right? A lot of times when we lose, we go through this painful situation. We're like, damn, I lost money, I lost time, I lost energy, I went into a bad relationship, I should have never did this, I should have done that, and that doesn't really help you. See, a lot of times the reason why we feel bad about losing is because we're really trying to compare ourselves to other people, right? Like, if you really think about it, like a lot of human beings are comparing their successes and their losses to other people in their environment. Now, that could be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing. Like on a competitive scale, on a competitive situation, that's good because you want to be better. You want to compete. It drives you. It pushes you. But on the other end, it kind of defeats you a little bit because that's what social media does to a lot of people. It makes them look at social media and say, oh my God, I don't have 100,000 followers. I don't feel good. I don't feel that. I don't feel statusy. And they feel like they're not worthy enough because they're not creating success in that arena. I know a lot of people that don't use social media because they're so afraid because their self-image gets beat up because they don't want to be in an environment where they're not statusy, right? And that's kind of crazy because, I always look at it this way. Losing is part of the game, as long as you're not losing all the time, right? But the 3 biggest things that I get from losing, number 1, okay, is when you lose, you actually pay more attention to when you're losing. Like, think about it. When a girl wants to leave you, when you're going through a divorce, when you're losing your business, when your best player quits on you, that is the time, right? Or you lose your job, you lose your business, whatever it may be. That is the time that you focus on the actual situation. You start paying attention. A lot of times when things are amazing, successes up in the air, you're not really paying attention, right? You really have, you think that you're creating all this success because you're so amazing and you have those amazing product and business is good, the market is pushing you and everything's awesome. But in reality, you're being blinded by a lot of your weaknesses because success sometimes blinds you. I think the word is called hubris, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know, maybe Matt can help me out with that, right? My vocabulary is not that great, but when you fail, you pay attention. You pay attention. Like, damn, I fucked up. Damn, I made a mistake. Damn, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should change this in the future. And you pay attention. And you can correct yourself very quickly, right? Number 2, when you start losing, you become more humble. Think about that. Usually the big ego guys are not really running around with their chest in the air when they're losing. It's usually when they're freaking winning, right? But sometimes losing gives you that humble spirit. And I've learned this the hard way. I've learned to just humble myself when things are going great because I don't want to be like, right now in my life, everything's going so amazing. And I don't want to be that guy that walks around with my chest because I'm afraid that God's going to humble me, right? Like, I don't want to be humbled by God. Like, I respect God so much and I respect what he's doing for me that I'm appreciative with my life today. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to keep that beautiful life growing and growing and growing. And I'm humble with it. I know it's not me. I know I'm not that special. And I've lost a lot in the past 10 plus years. And by me losing, I've learned to humble myself and be humble. So sometimes, losses sometimes make you humble. So unless you humble yourself, losses are going to humble you. So if you can learn to humble yourself early on, that's great. But sometimes we need a loss to realize, you know what? You ain't shit. You need to change this. You need to change that. Like, you're not as good as you think you are. Because talent got you this far, but hey, there's other things that are required to become amazing, right? And the last thing that I love about losing is is when you lose, it's very challenging to pivot from success when you're winning, right? Because when you're winning, why do you want to pivot? Think about that. Like, why would you want to change course or change routes or change strategies or change tactics when you're already winning, right? Because you're already creating success. Why change something that's working, right? But when you're losing and you fail, that is the best time to say, you know what? I can finally start to, invest in this process. I can finally start, creating this new game plan. I can finally say, you know what? Let's change courses. Let's pivot. Let's adapt. Because when you're losing, you got nothing to lose. Like, I remember when I had nothing, I could change jobs anytime I wanted. But when you have a business, it's hard to change industries. It's hard to pivot a little bit into new things, right? Like, it was hard for me to transition from what we were selling before to what we're selling today to what we're selling tomorrow. It's a transition. And I have learned to not transition into new things and pivot into things when I'm losing, but try to do when I'm winning. But a lot of times when you get that loss, something happens, you get shut down, government, regulation, product, manager quit, people quit, whatever, you're now able to pivot. One of my greatest pivots was last year in the middle of the summer. I went to South Africa and I had to make a decision. I'm like, damn, we need to pivot quickly. And thank God I pivoted, because if we didn't pivot, we wouldn't be in business today. It was a major pivot that we did in our company. I'm not giving myself the credit. I'm just saying that I had to make an executive decision, and I'm glad I did. Thankfully, I had great people that, gave me some good advice. But I was so close to losing that I made a decision right before we lost, and guess what? We pivoted to the most amazing thing on the planet. So sometimes when you're getting close to a loss or losing in general, it gives you that sense of pay attention. It gives you that sense of, being humble and also being able to adapt and pivot really quickly. So if you're losing right now, don't beat yourself up. If you're losing right now, use this moment to challenge yourself to grow into the next thing, to humble yourself, to see, okay, what do I need to work on? What do I need to fix? What do I need to change? Because there's so much opportunity in losing. So much greatness can come from losing. It's that slingshot mentality. When you stretch that rubber band and you're losing, this is the part where you're losing, because you're going backwards. It may feel like you're going backwards, but in reality, you're just bouncing. Because when you let go of that slingshot, poof, the powerful hit that the slingshot gives you is incredible. So that's what you need to do sometimes. Take those losses a little bit and then sling back forward. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you're losing right now, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. If you're winning right now, do me a favor, before you start losing, subscribe to the channel. So we see you guys in the next video, and I appreciate you guys. Love you guys.